In this video, we'll see how to use Atoti to perform multi-dimensional analysis using Python. Although we can analyze any kind of data, but I'm going to use a sample sales data in a CSV file to start this multi-dimensional analysis using Atoti. We'll see how to read the sales data and start analyzing it using Atoti, and most importantly, why you should use Atoti to analyze this data in multi-dimension. Multi-dimensional analysis is really helpful when you have huge data and you want to analyze it in multi-dimensions. One cool features about Atoti is that it gives you a web application which can be used to analyze your data and deep digger into your data, that too in multi-dimensions. Let's go to the computer screen and we'll get started with analyzing our data using Atoti. So I'm inside of my computer screen, and the mission of this video is going to be to explain you Atoti in a very simple way so that you can start analyzing your data and view your data with a different perspective. So what I'll do is I'll open Atoti documentation. So if you simply type Atoti documentation in your browser, you can simply click on the atoti.io website. You will be taken to this page. You can simply go to installation, and I'm also opening the tutorial side by side, which I'm going to follow. Now let me tell you about this tutorial. This tutorial basically loads a sales data and then it starts analyzing and derive multiple insights from it using Atoti. So let's come to the installation first. In order to do the installation, all I'll do is I'll press shift right click and open the PowerShell window, and after I open the PowerShell window, I'll simply write pip install Atoti JupyterLab. But before I run this command, I want to show you what it exactly means. But before that, let's install Atoti. So let me come to this page, let me copy this command, and after I paste this command and run it, it is going to install the latest version of Atoti as well as the Atoti JupyterLab extension. So let me show you something. When you type pip install Atoti and you type JupyterLab in the square brackets, we are basically saying install Atoti as well as the JupyterLab extension from Atoti. Now there are a lot of other extensions from Atoti. You can go to plugins page. I can search for plugins in the documentation, and I can go to this page, and after I go to this page, here are some of the available plugins which can be installed simply by adding their names in the square bracket after pip install Atoti. You can see the syntax, but we are interested in the JupyterLab extension as of now, so I'm installing Atoti along with the JupyterLab extension. So far so good. We have installed Atoti. The latest version of Atoti is installed, and also we have the JupyterLab extension of Atoti. So what I'm going to do is close this reference, or maybe I'll keep it open and come to the tutorial, and I'm going to run this command. Now what this command is going to do is this will give you a tutorial folder which will contain a sample IPython notebook as well as the sales data which we are going to analyze using Atoti. So I will simply open Windows PowerShell, which is already opened here. I'll issue this command, and after I run this command, you can see that a new folder is created, tutorial. Let me close this PowerShell window and let's try to see what is inside of this tutorial. There is some sales data, there is a IPython notebook, there are some of the images here. So let's do one thing. Let's open this folder in PowerShell and let's type JupyterLab. Now do not use Jupyter Notebook, and you must use JupyterLab in order to leverage the Atoti extension for JupyterLab. Some of the people might use Jupyter Notebook. It will work sometimes, but you will not get the powers of this JupyterLab extension from Atoti. So it's highly recommended that you use JupyterLab and not Jupyter Notebook. Let's create a new IPython notebook. I'll create a new IPython notebook. I'll simply click here and let me rename this to Atoti tutorial. So I'll say Atoti tutorial.ipython notebook, and this is a fresh IPython notebook which has been opened. Okay, now what I'm going to do is come to the tutorial and I'll copy this. I'll import Atoti as TT, and then I'll create a new session. Now what is a session? In order to analyze my data using Atoti, I need to create a Atoti session. Now once the session is created, I can always do session.read CSV to read data. Now there are multiple ways to read data in Atoti. This particular command is saying there is a CSV file inside data called sales.csv. Open that file, and the keys with which we want to open this file is sales ID. So if I press shift enter and if I say sales table dot head, so here we have the first 5 rows from our data set. You can see that we have sale ID as our key, and we have date, shop, product, quantity, unit price as some of other columns. So we have read using a CSV file, but what if we have a data frame ready for us? We can always read data in different ways using Atoti. Let me search for read pandas. So if I write read in the search of Atoti, you can always press Ctrl K, by the way, in order to search something in the Atoti documentation. You can do read CSV, you can do read numpy, you can do read pandas, you can do read spark, read parquet. There are a lot of ways. I'll show you read pandas before we move on, and this is how you can read a pandas data frame. If you have a data frame ready, if you are already analyzing your data using pandas and you want to use Atoti, you can always pass data frame inside of read pandas method, and you can do the similar things that I'm going to show you. Okay, so we have our sales data ready. We have already seen the sales data. Now what I'm going to do is create a cube. Now this is a concept that you need to understand, and listen to me very, very carefully when I explain this. A cube inside of Atoti is a way to look data in multiple dimensions. Let me create this cube. This cube is created, and let me walk you through some of the multidimensional concepts. A cube is a multidimensional view of some data. It can be any data. In our case, this is the sales data which we have created the cube of. Now we can easily explore, aggregate, we can perform a lot of operations, run queries on this data. But why do we want to analyze this in multi dimensions? Why have we created a cube? Because we want to see a data from a different perspective. We want to see in how many, which was the day where we sold the maximum product, let us say, or which is a product which is performing the best in our e-commerce store. So these are the kind of insights that we want to derive from our data. Let's understand what is a hierarchy in a cube. So we have already understood that cube is a multi-dimensional view of some data. It's just a way of looking at a data. Now axes of this cube are called hierarchies. The max human eye can look at is 3 dimensions, but we can have multiple dimensions, or rather multiple dimensional cube to analyze our data. Now the axis of the cube is hierarchies. In this case, product, shop and date are the hierarchies. We have product as a hierarchy, we have shop as a hierarchy, and we have date as the hierarchy. We might have even more hierarchies, but in this case we have only 3 hierarchies. Now let's try to understand what are measures. Measures are basically numerical indicators where we can have a look at numerical data. We can see how many what is the mean of the product sold, what is the sum of the product sold, and all sort of numerical computations can be done using measures. So it is very safe to say that all the categorical columns in our data are going to take the form of hierarchies, and all the numerical data points in our data are going to take the form of measures. Now we have hierarchies, we have measures. If I ask you, in this case we have date, shop and product as our hierarchies, and quantity and unit price as our measures. Let us try to run this command and let us see what we get when we run cube.hierarchies. No surprises, no prizes to guess. We have date, product, sales ID and shop as our hierarchy. Sale ID is also a hierarchy because this is also one of the categorical columns in our data. Now if I run L is equal to cube.levels, but before that let me run M is equal to cube.measures to show you that measures are numerical data. So we have the mean, sum and all of these things, but let me come back to the Atoti documentation. Now hierarchies in Atoti are made of levels, and levels of the same hierarchy are attributes with a parent-child relationship. So it's basically a drill down. You have geography, inside of geography you have a country, and inside of country you have a city, and so on. So you can have multiple levels while analyzing data. So I have done L is equal to cube.levels. We have measures. Let's try to run something called a query. So if I do something like cube.query m quantity.sum, you can see that it has summed all of these things and shown me over here. So these are only 5 rows from our data, but our data consists of a lot of rows. So when we add the quantities across all the rows, we'll get this number, but this doesn't give us any good insight, right? So let us try to get some better insight from our data. Let's try to run this query, which simply shows us which shop has sold how many number of products, but I have not ran this L is equal to cube.levels. I need to do this. So let me copy this. There is a copy button, by the way. I can use this. So if I do shift enter, you can see that I have quantity dot sum for all the shops. Now this is a better insight from this data. I can see that shop 0 has sold these many quantities, shop 15 has sold these many quantities, and I can see which shop is doing the best by simply analyzing this data. Before we move further, I want to show you one more thing. If I do something like df is equal to, let me do something like this, I'll say df is equal to q.query m quantity dot sum, the same thing. I can simply do type of df, and this is not a pandas data frame, it's an Atoti query result. If I do something like this, df is equal to df dot reset index, and if I do type of df now, this is a pandas data frame, as you can see. So this is something that you need to know. If you want to convert your Atoti query result into a pandas data frame, you can simply run df dot reset index. Now let's try to run some more queries. I'll come back to the documentation and let me run this one. I'll run this one. Let me copy this one and I'll paste it here and shift enter, and you can see that in this query I'm simply saying that I want to see quantity dot sum across dates and products. So we have a date, we have a product, and we have quantity sum. Now this is even better inside because I can see that on which date which product was sold for how many quantities. I can see that bed 26 was sold for 6 quantities on this date, and this product was sold for 6 on this date, and so on. So this is even a better insight for me. If I want to say visualize this, I can do something like session.visualize, and I'll show you what it does. It simply visualizes your session inside of Atoti. Now what does this mean? You can simply click on say quantity.sum, and you can simply click on date, and you can see on which date how many sales were made. In order to verify that this is the total, you can simply select this data and you can see the sum, you can see the minimum, maximum, average, count, and count of numbers. So sum is 2412, and the minimum is this thing, maximum is this thing. I think I've not selected the entire data, so I need to select the entire data, and then the sum will match 8077, and this total is 8077. Let me see what is the maximum number out of all these. 271 is the maximum number out of all these. Minimum is 265, and average is this, count is this, these are 30 numbers, and count of numbers is 30. So this is a great way to analyze your data simply by selecting it and seeing what is the average, what is the all other numerical measures like maximum, minimum, and so on. Now let's go a step further and start taking the shops inside of our data. If I drag shop over here inside of date, what will happen is this will show me a drill down. I can see which date, on which date which shop made how many sales, and I can even go further and drill down by sale ID. So I've simply dragged the sale ID over here, and I can see that this is what I see. Now I can always close this, and I can make it once again. I can say date, and then I can say shop, and then I can say shop sale ID. Okay, so I can get this this sort of drill down always. Let me close this. I actually wanted the date and then the shop, not here. I want to drag the shop here so that it is a hierarchy inside of date, and then I want sale ID inside of my shop. So this is how I can get nested hierarchy using Atoti. So I can see on which date which shop made how many sales with which sale ID. I can even see the sale ID where this particular sale was performed. Apart from visualizing like this, you can always click on this pivot table and you can see the line chart. So I can see that on which shop, on which date, which shop with which sale ID performed how many sales. You can see I can hover over the data points and I can see exact details of this data point. I can always change this. Let us say I want date over quantity dot sum, that on which date how many products were sold. I can always see using this line chart. I'll switch back to the pivot table and I can right click here and click on publish in app, and I can actually see this web application which Atoti provides. This is amazing because Atoti provides you a web application where you can create a new dashboard or a new folder, and you can even access this dashboard by writing session.link, shift enter, and here is the link to the dashboard. So anyway, you can go to the dashboard, you can simply right click and do publish in app, and this particular thing will be published inside of your dashboard. So let me do one thing. Let me create a new dashboard. This is my first dashboard, and I can go to my widgets and get this pivot table. this particular table which I've published to the app. So I can directly publish this to my dashboard. That is the web application Atoti provides you. Let me go to the home of the dashboard. It wants me that your data is not saved. Now I can delete this dashboard and create new folders for multiple users. Let us say Harry wants to use this dashboard and he can, keep all his dashboards inside of this folder. Let us say Lavish wants to use this dashboard. He can simply put all his analysis inside of this folder and so on. So let us say I want to create a new dashboard inside of Harry folder. I can simply say create new dashboard, and I can even create more folders inside of my Harry folder. So this is something that you can do. Let us say I want to find a winning product from my sales data. I want to see which product is performing the best. I can always create a line chart, and in my line chart what I can do is simply add on which date I can add product as well as unit price dot sum, and I can see what the total worth or the sum of unit price of this particular product is, or say for this particular product, or for this, for instance, we can see what the sum of unit price is. So we can have these kind of analysis inside of Atoti dashboard. Now if I give a title to this dashboard, let us say Atoti first dashboard, and if I press enter, this will actually save this dashboard. So if I take you to the dashboard home, if I take you inside of Harry, this actually saves this dashboard. Now once you have given a name to the folder, you can simply share it with a lot of other people in your network. You can host this dashboard inside of your network, and you can give this link to your colleagues and peers, and they can access your dashboard and access the same application. So this is how you can share Atoti dashboards within a network, or even host it on the internet. If people have the proper access, they will be able to access the dashboard. Now I can even go to the product and drag it to the widget filter, and then click on advanced, and I'll simply say that quantity dot sum is the highest, and let us say I want to keep 5 or 6 whose quantity dot sum is the maximum in my data. If I apply the filter, I'll be able to see that these are the 5 values, and this is the average of these 5 values. This is the maximum, this is the minimum. So all these kind of insights can be drawn from the dashboard. Now if I drag this filter inside of the dashboard, I can always say that I want to select the members of this date, or let's say I want to select the members of this date as well as this date as well as this date. Now since I have this advanced filter applied, this thing is not working, so I'll simply close this. And if I add more dates now, even more rows will be added to my data. So I can apply this quick filter, and this is also one of the things I like about Atoti. Before we conclude this video, I want to show you that you can even drill through this particular row, and you'll see a lot more about this data. So if I do drill through, I can see on which date this particular bed was sold for how many quantities, and so on. So I hope you liked Atoti and you were able to understand all the kind of analysis that we did in this video. I hope that this video was helpful for all of you. If you like this video, make sure you check out Atoti in the description, install it inside your system, and try to analyze it using your data, because if you analyze it on your data, you are going to understand it even better, because you understand your data better than anybody else. So thank you so much guys for watching this video, and I will see you next time.